Donald Trump's main spokesperson was on CNN and decided to make a bit of a fashion statement, a bit of a political statement while talking about Donald Trump's recent strategy, which you're going to see in this video.
Let's talk about where Donald Trump has been directing his attention in the last week or so. We here have noticed a change where Hillary Clinton has popped up more and more often. In fact, I'll show you this. We did a word cloud of his tweets just in the last week. The bigger words are the ones he's used most commonly. And what do you see right in the middle there? Certainly Hillary, but also Jeb Bush. Not to mention Cenk and Poll and Great and so on and Make America Great Again.
CNN.
And CNN. There you go. We get our plug. But the two biggest, Jeb Bush and Hillary Clinton. Why the focus on them right now?
Well, I think both for the last few years, we've all been told that this is going to be a Clinton-Bush matchup all over again. Turns out that's not going to be the case. You know, Jeb Bush was the one out there to beat at the beginning. Donald Trump came in and smacked him down, and now it's going to be up against Hillary Clinton. We feel very confident Mr. Trump is going to be the nominee, and he wants to focus on the future.
So that's not just some random activist. That's his main spokesperson wearing, I hope everybody saw it, a necklace just composed of bullets.
Yeah.
Main spokesperson.
So, in a Raw Story article, they say Katrina Pierson, that's who that spokesperson is, whose appearances on TV representing the billionaire businessman only seem to add more controversy to his campaign. So I get why they wrote it that way, but in essence, they're saying like, wow, that only seems to cause more controversy.
Yeah.
But that's not a mistake. That's not like, oh, God, we accidentally caused more controversy. No, they feed off the controversy. That controversy has helped their campaign in every way, shape, or form because it garners more media attention.
Yeah.
The more media attention you have, the more higher you go in the polls. So it's not like, oh, can you believe she made that mistake? It's not like people in the Trump campaign didn't notice the necklace she was wearing, and they're like, and then she gets on air, they're like, oh my God, nobody saw that Katrina was wearing bullets?
Yeah.
No, they all know it. They agreed to it. They did it on purpose to create the controversy.
Yeah.
It's not an accident, it's the purpose.
Yeah, and so I understand that not necessarily for this story specifically, but for a lot of stories like this where he's tweeting stuff to get the coverage, a lot of media outlets will simply talk about it because we like this stuff and it's fun to talk about, or just because, you know, he's big and he'll bring in the ratings or whatever. Maybe I'm being stupid, even after months and months of assuming that he would eventually flame out or that people would turn against him because he is in no way qualified for the presidency or any other position in this country. But I want to talk about it because I still stupidly believe that pointing out these things could cause people to understand who he and his people are, what they represent, what they would do to this country. The fact that she, in the wake of, how many mass shootings have we had this year? Like, I'll say 375, maybe. I'm probably lowballing it there. Thinks that bullets should be decoration. They should be jewelry. It doesn't matter that 90-plus Americans are getting shot every single day. I think it's cool and it's kind of cute and it's pretty, so I'm going to put it around my neck as I go on there. That's the sort of callous assholes that he surrounds himself with.
But it's actually a little bit more clever than that. And so let me break it down for you. I don't know if they're thinking this consciously, although it is a tactic that Republicans have used for a long time. It may be more of an instinctual thing that the Trump campaign has. When you do something like this, for example, when Trump attacks Muslims and says we should ban them from the country, what it does is it almost forces the other candidates to defend Muslim Americans.
Yeah.
So when you do that, especially for the low information Republican-based voter, what do they walk away with? Trump is against the Muslims. Good, I like that. Oh, Jeb Bush is for the Muslims. Ugh, I mean, whether Trump's against the Muslims or not is less important than getting Jeb Bush to defend Muslims. And then you go, why is Jeb? He's one of those liberals, I guess, right? And in this case, people go, what are you doing wearing a bullet necklace? You crazy? And if somebody says, hey, don't do that, what do? Oh, so you're against gun rights. Mm-hmm. Trump is for gun rights, you're against gun rights. Well, no, it wasn't. No, it was about the necklace. No, it wasn't.
I'm against jewelry rights. So she's open carrying that. I don't like it.
So this is the oldest trick in the Republican playbook. So the classic example of this is flag burning. So the Republicans brought up this fake issue that, I mean, there was maybe there was 2 flags burned in the year that they brought it up. Maybe, but I don't think so, right? So it's almost a non-existent event. But Republicans said, you should be allowed to burn flags, right? And liberals, because they understand the United States Constitution, said, no, that's actually a speech issue, and you have the right to express your political opinions in this way. Oh, so you're for burning the American flag.
Yeah.
I'm against burning the flag. I want to protect the American flag. These no good son of bitch liberals are against America and want to burn the American flag. That's how, unfortunately, the low information voter works, right? And that's how the brains work. Okay, pro-flag, anti-flag. So she, by wearing that necklace, goes, we're pro-guns, pro-gun rights. Republican voters come to us.
Yeah.
Anyone who attacks us is against gun rights, don't vote for them.
Yeah, and unfortunately that strategy works because the random person seeing, for instance, the case of the flag burning, has two thoughts at the same time in their mind. I don't think you should be allowed to do this because it makes me feel bad. And we're the party for constitutional rights and protection of those rights. And for some reason, those can exist in separate areas of the brain, and they don't ever have to brush up against each other. So they think, is this actually consistent with what I say I believe? I believe in freedom of religion, and I would like to ban 1.6 billion people from coming to this country based purely on the religion. Those sorts of things can exist perfectly fine, no problem.
I kind of like covering Trump stories with John because the lack of logic irritates him to no end, and it's kind of fun to watch. So now there was a reaction to this. Shannon Watts, founder of Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense, pointed out that there are 90 Americans being killed every day.
She tweeted about it,
about the guns. So now, of course, then Katrina tweets back.
Yeah. Maybe I'll wear a fetus next time and bring awareness to 50 million aborted people that will never gur to be on Twitter.
Okay, of course she meant get to be on Twitter.
Maybe.
Okay, so now, look, she just did it again. You're outraged. You can't help but talk about it. You're going to wear a fetus on you next time you're... Now, I know she's not going to actually... I hope she doesn't actually do that, right? But one, you're forced into talking about it, suck up all the media attention. What did John Kasich say? Nobody knows. Because all we're doing is talking about Trump's spokespeople with bullets and fetuses.
What did Pataki say?
Okay, so that's win number one. Win number two is I'm pro-life. Anyone who attacks me for this statement is not pro-life.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm trying to protect 50 million unborn Americans, right?
Couldn't you attack her for, like, I'm pro-life. I think that fetuses are the best thing in the universe that have ever existed. I don't think that we should be joking about it by wearing them as jewelry.
No.
But of course, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. You immediately seem like a liberal, okay? Especially in a
No,
in a
I
primer.
love fetuses so much that I wouldn't denigrate their memory by wearing.
No,
it would
you're
have
a
to work.
liberal.
It should
You're
work.
a liberal. So remember, they're in a Republican primary. Two other things she did to garner attention is she said, what good does it do to have a good nuclear triad if you're afraid to use it? So wait a minute, we should be careful about using nuclear weapons. But if any of the Republican opponents say that, you're weak, I'm strong. I'm nuclear, you're not nuclear, you're weak, okay? Yeah. And then on the Muslim ban, when questioned about it on TV, national TV, she said, so what? They're Muslim.
It's amazing.
Okay.
And
you know what's happened? After every one of these appearances and after every one of these Trump controversies, his numbers have gone up, not down.
Yeah. She's going to make a great vice presidential candidate for him, I think.
By the way, that crazy person right there, if Trump wins, she'll have a very significant role. She might be White House press secretary.
Can you imagine those conferences?
No, but you think he won't appoint her to a cabinet seat? She's attractive.
Secretary of Defense.
She's loyal to Trump. No, but anything could happen. And Trump, he's going to put all his cronies in all those cabinet seats.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to pick standard people who've been bureaucrats their whole life. I mean, like bureaucrat meaning you worked your way up and you studied that and you're an expert on that. No, he's going to pick goofy people who are on TV. Like reality show people. I'm serious. I'm serious.
Yeah.
I really believe that there will be some reality show contestant somewhere in his cabinet or in the Oval Office. I'm not kidding around.
They're already hosting on Fox.
Remember, a reality show host would be the president of the United States if Donald Trump won.